Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pounds show. This is the Daps and Pounds show. Yeah, you know.
Hey guys, how are you doing?
What's up?
If you've never been here before, this is a podcast. You're either watching us or listening to us on iTunes or Stitcher. My name is Malky. To my left, we have
Dobie.
We represent two mics,
Two friends,
and one show, the
The
Daps and Pound show. Woo, pound it
Yes,
out.
sir.
How are you guys doing? It's episode 41. Looking forward to this episode. Felt like we haven't done the podcast for a while, so it's just been a week. But, you know, I miss it. I know you miss it. I know all of you miss it. This is going to be awesome. What are we going to talk about today?
Today, we are going to be giving you, of course, our new music review for the music that just dropped. What was the date this past? The 17th. No, yes, Friday, November 17th, 2017. We'll be reviewing the new music that dropped, including PND Rock, Jaden Smith, Lil Uzi Vert dropped his Deluxe. Deluxe.
I kind of like Deluxe
Yeah,
more.
I know. Deluxe sounds like more of a rapper's name, though. His Deluxe project for Love is Rage 2, which included 4 new tracks. Sahai the Prince dropped, and You're Already Sleeping on his rap lyrics. I'm just going to say that right now. Yes, and a couple of loosey-gooseys that we will be going over. If this is your first time to the podcast, we call the singles loosey-gooseys. We will also be giving you our spoiler-free thoughts on the Justice League movie that we watched last night, as well as we will, as always, give you our good, bad to let you guys know what's going on in our lives. That's what's going on for episode 41.
Yes, guys. We are on Instagram and Twitter, Daps_Pounds. Make sure you go there and send us a follow. Also, make sure you comment on the Instagram account. Make sure you post questions to the Daps and Pounds Twitter account. That is what we call our Dappy Qs. That is where all of you, the Dappies, can ask us questions. We have a few for you today that we will get to. We're really excited about that. And we want more. So tell a friend to tell a friend. We are excited about these questions.
You sounded like you were going to say, we are farmers.
Dun, 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 dun. Free ad. Pay us. Pay us now. We're also on Stitcher. We are on iTunes. That's how a lot of you guys are listening or watching us right now on YouTube. Make sure that you just type in the Daps and Pound show. I was listening to a podcast. I'm a nerd, so it was a wrestling podcast. And this guy was saying that he just asked the fans to do 75, what are they called? They're not comments. They're called reviews.
Okay.
75 reviews, because he was at like 80 or so reviews since he's been doing this for like 5 years. So 5 years, only 80 reviews that he had been doing this. And those 75, because they happened in one weekend, pushed him to like a 250th ranking on Sports and Recreation. So the power is in your hands.
Dang.
If we have a flood of reviews here, we can actually be ranked, and we can start the podcast by saying, this is the number 150th ranked podcast. So it's possible, guys. Those reviews matter. Make sure you get those in. That's Daps_Pounds on Twitter and Instagram. And on iTunes, just type in the Daps and Pound show. YouTube, we're there too.
We might have to have some sort of contest to get that going or something like that.
Putting it out in the air. We haven't discussed this. Putting it out in the air. If we made a Daps and Pounds t-shirt.
Yeah.
And said something like the person who does something or something gets t-shirt.
Yes.
I don't know.
There's a lot of somethings.
I don't know.
Sounds very intriguing.
A lot of somethings.
We gotta figure it out. But anyways, yes, really the reviews help us out. So if you do like this show, really would appreciate it if you give us hopefully that 4 or 5 stars for iTunes or Stitcher. And if you're on YouTube, of course, subscribe and like. Just helps us with our SEOs and stuff like that. We love you guys, and we are now ready to get into this episode 41. Good, bad. Malcolm, what do you got?
Bad. And this is going to get used to it, because this is going to be my bad throughout.
I'm going to guess.
The season.
It's going to be 4-letter word. SNOW.
Yes.
Yes, I
Bro.
knew it. I knew it.
Bro, first of all,
Knew it.
in my head, because I'm a fan of Charlie Brown, Thanksgiving, Charlie Brown Christmas, I'm a fan of those family shows where like the first snowfall happens like the day after Thanksgiving and stuff. Whenever it happens pre-Thanksgiving, I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I don't want that to happen. And it happened just a little bit, and it was enough for me to be mad about it. I texted my mom. I said, "Mom, the world's ending. It's over. Can't go outside."
She agreed, I bet.
She agreed. Like I said last week, man, black people are a tropical people. We don't really like snow and cold and just gets all up in your bones and makes you walk real brittle. I made a bet with Alicia and Brandon, our friends, for those who don't know them, that I wouldn't fall this season.
That's
because I have a
bet.
tendency to slip and fall. I fell last year on an ice puddle getting out of my truck. And of course it happened right when Brandon and Alicia were pulling up behind me. So they saw it.
Dang it.
So the goal is to not fall this entire season. So the snow and the cold and the yuck is bad for me. Also bad for me is my dad. It is officially shotgun season. And he makes me wake him up at 4:30 in the morning to go and hunt, which means I have to be up at 4:30.
That's rough.
And then I'm the type of person that once I'm up, I can't go back to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, I finished The Punisher, though. I knocked out The Punisher in 2 mornings.
Oh, you're going to have to give me your thoughts on that then.
Yeah, and so going to good. We're going to talk about Justice League in a little bit. I'm happy that I was able to experience that. Punisher, I watched that. New TV, this TV season, This Is Us. This season for This Is Us is really good. I like where the writers are taking it. So my good is really pushed towards entertainment this week. I enjoyed The Punisher. There were some things that at a later time, like after you catch up, maybe we'll talk about it. But The Punisher was good. I have some qualms with it, but it was good overall. It did more justice as a TV show, I think, than a movie could do. And the movie that they put out 2 movies in the early 2000s, and the first one was decent, the second one was terrible. So I like it in a long form more, in my opinion.
Now you have to put it in the rankings of Iron Fist, Luke Cage.
I still think that Daredevil is the best of the Netflix Marvel shows. And this, I think Jessica Jones is the worst. And Punisher is better than... Who?
It'd be what? Jesse James, Iron Fist, right?
Going from bottom up, I'll say Jessica Jones is the worst.
I said Jesse James.
I knew what you meant, though.
Oh my gosh.
Like the old West. I'll say Jessica Jones is the worst. I will say that The Punisher is next, then Iron Fist, Luke Cage, and then Daredevil. And then overall, I think Defenders is like better than all of. Well, I think Defenders probably should go after Daredevil. Then now that I say that, just because Defenders, I like team up shows and movies and stuff like that. So it's pretty sick. But yeah, good is that stuff.
Would you want Netflix to do a Ninja Turtles Netflix show?
Ooh,
in the style of like
where they're dudes wearing the suits. Only if the aesthetic is like there's guys wearing suits, not the animated.
So you like the original movie type look?
Yes. But again, I don't know if that's because of my age and nostalgia, because I can go back and watch those movies, and yeah, they're guys in a turtle suit, but for some reason,
it fits
I
better.
can suspend my disbelief and be like, yeah, that's a turtle. Like,
yeah, that's a big rat.
That's a turtle.
I get it.
So I don't know. That'd be interesting though. That'd be really interesting. I don't know. Excited though.
Good.
It's a good time for entertainment. Also, I'll say a bad. Not to get too political here. It's not what this show is for. It's not this platform. It's not who I am as a guy. The sexual harassment stuff is like
sad.
I've seen some tweets like this. And I completely agree that this is literally the reason why we're not supposed to make these people our role models. Like, you never know who people are. You never know what their heads are. They're just as messed up as us. So, PSA, guys, these are people on screen. We should not be idolizing them. We can say they do really good work, but they are not who we need to aspire to be.
Except Tom Hanks.
Tom Hanks is pretty damn good. He's pretty great.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is pretty great. Yeah, so that's just my PSA. What about you? Good, bad, bad?
No, that all that stuff is bad. I mean, and it just shows like, and shout out to even men coming out and standing out, because in our society we feel that men who get violated are more shamed because it's, you know, well, why don't you step up and be a man about it, kind of thing. And that's something we just need to listen to, you know, and it's sad that people have power like to abuse that power and privilege. And it makes total sense that it would be that way in Hollywood. You get this one person who says, if you say something, I'm going to take away how you're making millions of dollars right away and I'll ruin your career. Well, that's a pretty powerful statement. So that would shake anyone, honestly.
I like the Terry Crews thing too.
Yeah,
I think it was you that retweeted it. That I saw his interview.
No, I mean, that
was a good retweet.
Powerful interview.
I identified because you've been with me in a club, but the man came up on me and just started grinding on me.
And you didn't know what to do.
I didn't know what to do.
And that's what he said. He said he didn't know what to do either.
I didn't know what to do.
And shout out to his wife. I like that story about his wife just holding him down.
Stuff, yeah.
That was crazy. He's like, I literally like put my wife in front of me.
Yeah.
I was like, dang, man.
That's crazy.
And it, like the way he presented that story, you were thinking like, this is true. Where he's like, Adam Sandler, get your boy. Like the way he just brought it out. Yeah. Anyways, so yeah, that stuff is bad. Good, bad. Cat is great. Still doesn't really like the dogs. However, this thing is like sneezing and like runny noses, and so like it likes to snuggle. Like it really likes people. That's and so good. It's like we're sleeping and it's literally right, but it would wake up and then it sneezed in my face. So that's happened to Mary and myself. And then I woke up this morning and there's literally like dry mucus, like little splatters like all around my pillow. So that's really interesting. But I still like the cat, whatever. Mr. T. Croc came this weekend, watched the Justice League movie with us, brought Farley's big dog. That was hilarious to see how my dogs like took to a huge dog.
That's funny.
It was Belle. I've never heard her make those noises before when she first met him. It was like literally scared to death. Eventually they warmed up, but yeah, it was pretty darn hilarious.
That's funny.
So that was really good. That was definitely a good for this week. Yeah, I've just been watching anime still. I haven't watched like any TV shows besides that. Mary and I don't have a show anymore.
You guys should get a show.
I know. We started Parks and Rec, and she said she liked it, and I haven't finished that, so maybe we'll do that. I also want to finish It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, like the newer seasons, because they're about to take that off Netflix.
I heard. I'm behind on that show. Like, I know that I've seen a lot of episodes from every single season, but not straight through the way I wish I have. So
Charlie's characters, Charlie and Frank, might be one of the twoest craziest combos in TV history.
I feel like that show is a show that you would do. Like if I were a, I don't know how to say it, talent agent or something, and you were like a guy on the lot, and I knew your personality, me knowing you, I'd be like, you should be in this show. I feel like the humor is there.
Yeah.
Because it's like, that show for me is right borderline. You know me, anything like a little left of that show, and I'm like, I can't do it. I can't do it. But like that show is like walks the line perfectly from like my
the idea.
My threshold.
Whoever thought of this, like you gotta think about this. They thought of this when they wrote it, but the idea of Charlie just taking spaghetti to go and taking it with him to eat it at the movie theater, and he just takes his plastic bag and eats it with his hands, and she's like, what are you doing? It's just like little things like that kill me. So it's been good. Bad. Just kind of hearing my mom just talk about how hard it was to go home after my dad's passing. She said it was sad.
Your grandfather's passing.
What did I say?
Dad's.
Oh gosh, yeah. So my mom's dad.
Yeah.
I guess I should say that. So my grandfather's passing. But again, it's it's part of life. Got to deal with it. So that's going on. Good too. LSU 8-3, South Carolina 8-3.
How is it that we have the same like game scores sometimes? Even like you guys were like what 31 and something, 31-10.
Yeah,
we were like 30-10.
When you
we
played
have the
Bama
same record,
and we played Georgia, and it was
ridiculous.
the same record.
So weird. So yeah, I'm not mad at if we. How many games are left?
So
8, 9,
this
10, 11,
one more and then
13.
your bowl.
Yeah. So
Because Auburn is second in the West, right? It's Alabama, Auburn.
yeah.
Yeah. So for us, it's actually Georgia, South Carolina. But so I think if Auburn wins Bama though, then won't they be on top? I think so.
I think so.
Which then they would go to the SEC championship to face
Yeah.
Georgia.
Yeah. I don't know what bowl we're gonna be in. I think we're gonna be in the. I forget the ranking of bowls because there's so many.
Yeah.
There's Tostitos. There's Sugar.
Well, you got one more. You don't know.
Yeah.
We play Clemson. About to head down.
If we went out and just lose 3 games after people predicted this to be a 9-4 type of season, then I'm okay. Like if we only have 3 losses, even if we, I'm gonna be kind of mad.
Oh
about
yeah,
4,
because
but-
Troy.
Yeah, Troy. But like if we lose 3 games this entire season, or even 4, I'm gonna say like, you know what, we're over 500. It wasn't a terrible college football. The fact that you can lose like 3 games and it'd be like, oh, that wasn't a good season.
That's
It's just
true.
like rough. So I don't know. Shout out to LSU though. Shout out to the Cox.
Yeah, so that was good. Basketball season started, college basketball in full effect. That's good. I like that as well, so I'm rambling. But bad. I mean, there's not really, we live, we're out here, work, day-to-day grind.
Yeah.
So ladies and gentlemen, share with us, what are some of the good things going on in your life? What is your good... Apparently, my bad is I can't speak today. I've had a lot of issues today, so I apologize. So, good, bad. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram, Daps_pounds. Let's get into this new music review.
New music just came out this week. I'll just go down the line. Start off by saying PND Rock, Catch These Vibes. I listened to this project. I think he's calling it a full-length album because it's 18 songs. I don't know if people are paying attention to him. Like, he doesn't have a buzz anymore, I don't think. There was a time when Young M.A., A Boogie, Don Q, and PND Rock were like this New York young thing. And I think the buzz is gone a little bit from the East Coast vibes. And PND Rock has some good songs on this. Low Key with 24 Hours in and Roy Woods is a good song to me. Like, I really like that song.
Because of Roy Woods.
Roy's great.
I don't know if he has that. Some people when you're like, they got it.
Roy,
and I don't feel like.
I know.
No, this guy.
PNB. I feel that way about Roy, though, too. Like, I don't know if Roy's gonna, like... I like his music, but I don't...
His music is great.
I don't know if, like, he has what it's gonna take to, like, really cross over. But PNB, like, he makes good stuff. But I feel like him and Fetty Wap are really similar musically. The only difference is Fetty Wap had an image with like one eye, the fake dreadlocks,
Let's
and
be
like
honest, those
everything.
Let's be honest, those first like 4 singles were bangers.
The Fetty Wap album, the first Fetty Wap album, I'm telling you,
It's really,
I
really
promise
good.
you, it is. I wanted to say it's not a classic, but like. It's an amazing album.
Yeah,
It's
it
really
is.
good. People hate. But this guy reminds me a lot of him. I just don't think that he has what it takes image-wise or buzz-wise to make it to the next level. But it's called Catch These Vibes, and there are definitely vibes on it. So PND Rock, make sure you go get it. Then
Do
we
you
have...
think Young Boogie with the Hoodies album was better than that one?
Slightly.
Because, you know, for some reason,
maybe.
I always think of them in the similar
They
light.
hang out a lot. They're like really close friends, and they came up around the same time. I think A Boogie's was slightly better. A Boogie's album was better than I think people were talking about. I think it was a decent album. This was slightly this wasn't as good as A Boogie, I don't think. But it depends on what you want more. Because if this guy, kind of like Fetty, has actual vocals underneath, like he can actually like harmonize, kind of like Fetty could. As to where A Boogie, he was harmonizing, but it didn't really sound good. He was just mana 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 mana, like it wasn't like it didn't sound great.
Yeah.
So it depends. If you're super into melody, though, I think this album is actually something you would like.
Drake
Jaden
also,
Smith.
PND Rock, Drake did not make melody popular.
Yeah, I know. I saw that tweet, but I just think sometimes the young people don't know what they're talking about at all. Jaden Smith dropped Sire.
Our boy Big Sean, let him know Big Sean's asking about it, Malcolm. Give your review. I'll
right.
talk a little bit after that.
So
let's preference this right away. Artistically, the first 4 tracks entitled Blue are sonically remarkable.
Yes.
And Jaden Smith himself in a Zane Lowe interview said if you can listen to the 4 songs in Blue and you can vibe with it and you can dig it, then you'll have a good understanding of what the rest of the project is going to be like.
Yeah. We talked a little bit last night, and I think that what I said to you last night was Drake, Kid Cudi, there's one other person I mentioned, Childish Gambino. If they put out an album when they were not ready to put out an album yet, this would be it. Because all the pieces are there, but it's just not... He hasn't found a pocket when he raps yet that feels like a good flow. Like, there's some stuff he starts snapping on, but then, like, the flow will change, like, immediately. And, like, it'll switch, and it's kind of like, oh, man, you had me going for a minute. And then he switches up, and... He sometimes it can be too over artistic, kind of like the Vic Mensa project where things were like over. It was, you know, you go so hard with the art side of the sonics that it's, if the lyrics don't match up, then it's kind of whatever. Now I'll tell the truth: 90% of this album I didn't know what he was talking about because a lot of these raps were like his tweets and like his ideology, and he was talking about things that I just simply. I'm not based enough, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what the kids are. I wasn't on the wave enough. It wasn't on the vibe of the hype beat notion. But it's a good album, though. Like, I can't hate on it. It is an artistic album for sure. And there are some, like Icon. I really liked Icon. I thought it's good. Batman's pretty good. Breakfast is pretty good. Falcon with Rory is like 3 songs in one, and one of them I liked. One of like the weird transitions in there was dope.
There's a lot of transitions.
Rapper is a good song.
I like Watch Me.
Watch Me is good. There's something that he has, and once he matures, I think that we might have something. We seriously might have something. Like,
he can market himself. He knows that.
Yes.
He's got the image.
Yeah. He has the image. B, which is a part of the 4 songs called Blue. B, which is the first track. Like, I believe that's Willow.
I think so,
like,
too.
That when I heard that I was
sick.
like, yo, this...
Even the piano part that Tyler, the Creator, played.
Yes.
Like, so sick.
He's around the right people, the right influences. I think that he is jacking Drake's flow hard on a lot of these songs.
But Jaden loves Drake.
Oh, huge. Yeah, you can tell he's not trying to steal.
No, that's just growing up with Drake's influence. You got to think when he was like, what, 12? When Drake started getting put on? Like, he grew up like... That's like, to him, that was like our Kanye and Nelly and stuff like that.
If you listen to Amine, Rory here, Jaden Smith, they. If you these are these are the children of the
Corn.
These are the children of the corn. They are the children of that TPain all the way to Drake era. You know what I mean? And we're going to start seeing that come to fruition. So I can't be mad at this because this is just his first offering. And I think for his age and for this being the first time, he's doing well. I mean, he's doing well. He's not a great rapper at all, but he's not a terrible one either.
He has better presence than a lot of people.
Yeah. I think there's going to come a time and place where it all comes together for him. Love is Rage 2 Deluxe or Deluxe. Lil Uzi Vert released a few extra songs, and
there was only 4. So
yeah, there was
the
only
last 4.
And all right, so
Skirt was literally trash. Literally
loaded
garbage.
Diamonds all on my wrist in 20 minutes. They were just kind of.
Skirt was terrible.
Skirt wasn't good. Diamonds all on my wrist was okay.
None of these are standout tracks. He's just looking to get more
streams,
publicity, more streams. It's working.
More streams. Sci-Hi the Prince, no dope on Sundays.
He's got such a weird voice, though.
He does. If some of you guys may not know who he is, but Sci-Hi the Prince was signed to Good Music back when Good Music was like a big, powerful entity.
Back when Good Music was legit.
Yes, and he wrote a lot of Kanye West records. He is responsible for some of the best bars Kanye has ever written or rapped. But he is a legitimate rapper as well. If you listen to every verse that he's on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, the songs that he's featured on there, he kills it each time. Just kills it. Very lyrical guy. He just released his album No Dope on Sundays, and it rap wise, it's incredible. Like
Jaden Smith or Sci-Hi.
Sci-Hi. Easily Sci-Hi. There's some lyrics on here. Moving around with Schoolboy Q is crazy. And I'm a big Q fan too.
Q, have you ever noticed for some reason Q just has a quality about him that makes him really good for features? He's a good feature artist for anybody's project. It's it always fits.
And I think
who would have thought Macklemore and Schoolboy Q would have had a better
true.
song on his project?
That's true. I just really like Schoolboy Q.
Schoolboy Q with Childish Gambino on Royalty. Yeah.
We got to do that mixtape justice one day and really break it down because Royalty is insane.
Yeah,
but
Royalty's nuts.
Sci-Hi the Prince, New Africa is insane. The lyrics on New Africa are so next level. No Dope on Sundays with Pusha T. Pusha T is very Pusha T on it. 80s Baby is one of my favorites with BJ the Chicago Kid.
Who's got a heavenly voice.
Yes, I love BJ. I'm Fine featuring Travis Scott is a good song too. You want me to open the door?
No, I was just trying to figure out what they're doing. That made a...
It sounded like his dogs are tapping with one nail.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So yeah, Sci-Hi the Prince. Make sure you go get that. No Dope on Sundays. If you like rap music, like real rappity rap, then I think you'll be a big fan.
Real rap raw.
Oblivion. TPain is back with another album.
I'm going back to this one. I only was able to listen to the first couple tracks, but there's something, a quality that TPain can present that is just not found anywhere else.
So Alicia texted me. She listened to this whole album before I did, actually. And she was like, he's so savage.
Oh my gosh.
Because he's so direct. TPain doesn't use a lot of similes or metaphors. TPain is he'll just say stuff. He'll just say, I'm going to do this and do that. And it's so direct. And that's what she meant by savage. I'm disappointed in one particular song, Classic You featuring Chris Brown. Because I saw that this was
you were hoping
on
Kiss
here.
Kiss.
I'm hoping Kiss Kiss, or even that other one he had on 3 Rings that I can't remember the name of with Chris Brown. The best love song in the world.
Oh.
That one was even decent. But I was hoping for something like that. And Classic You is just really blah with Chris Brown. Texting My Ex, we talked about it as a single last week with Tiffany Evans. It's really, really good. I Told My Girl is a good song. Who Died, the very first song, is a good song. He's pretty much just saying, like,
I ain't dead yet.
yeah, like, who died and made these guys the new whatever. I like it. I think it's the best TPain. His last couple albums were nothing to me. Like, they weren't that good at all. But this is the best he's done since.
In a while, yeah.
Nothing will beat Epiphany.
I know that.
People do not understand. Epiphany is...
Usher's Confessions.
Yes, it is T-Pain's Confessions album. You had Church, you had Buy Me a Drink, you had the other alcohol one, Bartender. You had
Bartender is amazing.
Bartender is next level.
Bartender. Ooh, look about me.
So yeah, I'm actually a big T-Pain fan when I think about it. I like T-Pain a lot, but I think he's relatively back with this. Don't know if there's going to be any crazy smash #1 hits. I didn't hear any, but I think he's establishing a presence again, which is always nice.
Yeah, because if you think about it, it's been a long time since he's had a big single. His last big single, in my opinion, was Booty Work.
Yes, Booty Work was, and that album that was on wasn't a good album. It was Booty Work was like the highlight of that. Booty Work's actually a really good song.
Right?
When you think about it.
That beat is sick.
So there are some other projects out there. We don't have to spend a lot of time on them. Rex Life Raj, don't know why you called yourself that. He has a few tracks on there that are
because he's
decent.
Rex Life.
He's Rex Life. Talib Kweli, Radio Silence. I like this. It kind of goes along with Sci-Hi. If you like rap music where there are hip hop artists rapping, then Talib Kweli is your guy.
I'll always remember it
Radio
on
Silence.
like that MTV episode where the kid said he wanted to be a rapper and Kweli.
I know what you're talking about.
Kweli was his instructor.
What did they used to call those?
I want to be or something like that.
Because they would have a coach and everything.
Yeah, which that show was awesome.
Dude, that show was sick.
I really liked
that
that
show.
show.
Was really, really good.
A Christmas album.
Oh, wait, what?
You always skip it. Every Day is Christmas by Sia.
Oh, Sia.
And it's not yet. We're not these people, ladies and
Yeah,
gentlemen.
no. It's not even Thanksgiving yet over on this side.
No, we're waiting.
Although I assume that the next time you will hear from us is after Thanksgiving. So
We might have to skip a week.
we may do a holiday. We may take holiday.
We're going to take a holiday break. You just heard it here first.
Yeah, let's just go ahead and take holiday.
We're taking a holiday
Take
break.
holiday.
We're enjoying the weekend.
So she dropped Every Day is Christmas, the album. Make sure you go get that if you're into Christmas. I don't know why that's funny, but as soon as I said it, I was like,
If you're into that kind of
yeah, new Bible's out. Make sure you go get that if you're into Jesus.
stuff. Right.
New car's out. Make sure you're in the drive. Okay.
If you need to drive,
No worries. They dropped a remix that
open up the door. Let's figure out what the dogs need.
Let's see what the dogs want. Just one second.
They probably, I think it's Belle.
It's always Belle. Hey,
Come here.
Belle.
Come here, Belle. Hey.
Belle has joined the podcast. Ladies and gents, she has joined the podcast. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to look at our cute dog and give us a subscribe. Yeah, album-wise, there's some stuff we didn't get to listen to, but we went through the heavy
Tokyo
hitters.
Myers, that's another guy I wanted to check out. Didn't get a chance to.
I think it's safe to go to the Lucy's.
Lucy Goose.
A song that I was really disappointed with was Drum and Playboy Cardi. I thought that this could possibly be good. It's called Crumbs.
It ain't terrible.
No. It's not terrible, but I just really wanted it to be like a
amped it up.
smash. I did. For sure. I wanted it to be like a smash hit. It's called Crumbs. We had G-Eazy drop another single off The Beautiful and the Damned, self-titled, called The Beautiful and the Damned, featuring Zoe Nash.
Blah.
We had Rex Life Raj, Forever Lit. I don't think that that's the best thing on that Father Figure 2 album. I really don't. There's other songs that are better than that single. I think he had a G-Eazy feature. He wanted to take
What you
advantage
said,
of
Paradise was your favorite?
Yeah, Paradise is my favorite song off that for sure. Let's see here. Luis Fonsi and Demi Lovato and Chame La Culpa.
Tell me more.
Culpa. This feels good. Dipset dropped a new song called Once Upon a Time. Hopefully this leads to Diplomatic Immunity Part 3, the album. Been a long time since Jim Jones and Cameron have been on a song together. There was no Joel Santana. I was looking for that. Part of my childhood is G-Unit and Dipset, so I like that. I like that Dipset's back together. I hope that lasts a very, very long time. Let's see. Chris Stapleton dropped a new song, Trying to Untangle My Mind. This is back in his blues kick. Also, shout out to Chris Stapleton, because at the Country Music Awards recently, he won Album of the Year for the second year
I mean, he's
row.
pretty. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm not a big country guy, but you can't deny that boy's talent.
That's my guy, man.
I'm talking way far away from the mic. I said, I don't know if you can hear me, but I said his talent is wild. It's out there.
I love Chris. So shouts to Chris Stapleton. Jaden Smith, we talked about him already. Let's see here. Chief Keef dropped a new single with Lil Yachty. I don't know what I expected. I really don't know what I expected. Chief Keef dropped a single called Come On Now. And Chief Keef is still Chief Keefing. Like, he's still like, and it's just
That's
very
really
like,
good.
Thank you. It's I don't know. It's hard for me. Black Bear, he dropped Gucci Linen featuring 2 Chainz. All right. This was pretty
last
good.
week.
Oh, this was last week?
Yeah.
Did we not say it, or did we say it already?
We did.
Last week? Okay, never
Last
mind.
week we did.
Ignore me. Kehlani, she dropped Already Won. She's gearing up for a new album coming soon. Let's see here.
Off top, I didn't see that one with Freddie Gibbs. Wonder how good that one is.
I don't know. Might be pretty good.
Talk to him about the we don't see it here, but Black Bear dropped a track with They.
Yes, so Black Bear
There
dropped
it is. G2G-TTYL.
Gotta Go Talk to You Later.
And we almost forgot Xavier Omar.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Gotta go
gosh,
back. Gotta
I
go
would've
back. Gotta go back.
Smack myself.
So Gotta Go Talk to You Later featuring They. We've talked about They a lot. And Black Bear, it's a very California song, but it's very like laid back, acoustic vibes. I can hear Ty Dolla $ign's voice on it in my mind, and I think it's decent. I'm excited. I like this. I'm looking forward to this new Black Bear album. By the way, over the weekend, it was an unfortunate situation. Lil Peep died. And I saw the most disrespectful stuff ever because people were putting RIP pictures up and they had Black Bear instead of Lil Peep.
Oh, no.
Because they look somewhat similar and like people didn't know what. And that's how you can tell people were just like hype and like posting stuff just to get likes and stuff. I hate when that happens. Anyway.
Are you done, Belle?
Belle, don't be done with us.
All she wants is just a little attention, and then it's like, okay, yeah, I got what I needed.
Did you have a chance to listen to Pineapple Skies, the new Miguel song?
No.
It is very
Miguel?
pop, yeah, like it's very like funk.
Oh, sweet.
It's like a funk vibe. It's something I could listen to when I'm driving though, so I'm not mad at it. Zac Efron singing again, y'all, with Zendaya for the Greatest Showman soundtrack. That's about Barnum and Bailey. It's a movie being made right now, and they dropped a song called Rewrite the Stars. It's going to be in the film. The film's going to kind of be like a musical vibe. So I'm happy to get my guy Zac Efron back singing again.
Okay.
Zac Efron is a hero of mine, so
What a guy.
Means a lot. Jessie J dropped Queen. It was decent.
Oh, Belle's ready to get out.
She's ready to leave now.
Yeah, she said no.
Hey.
Did you listen to Tedashi's single with KB, Way Up?
No, not yet. Is it good? It's called Way Up.
I mean, it's pretty good. It's Tadashi.
Pretty good?
I like Tadashi. He's
like
pretty
Tadashi,
consistent. He's not like the best. I'm not gonna lie. Like he's not my favorite, but he's consistent.
Do you think that Tadashi is a better rapper than Derek Minor? Because I always put them on the same level in my head.
I think this next album will determine that because I I don't know if you got to listen to Derek Minor's last project.
Yeah,
but
I did.
It was actually probably his best work.
I agree with that. I went back to that this last week. This Miguel Fresco guy, I'm only mentioning this because he was funny to me. Oh, that's fun. Andy Mineo popped back
How
up.
did that pop up? You Can't Stop Me by Andy Mineo was dropped like 3 years ago.
That's crazy. Miguel Fresco, he dropped a single called I Ain't Got Time, and it's funny because it's like, I don't know if it's serious, but it's using the No Scrubs TLC sample. And he's pretty much saying, like, girl, don't argue with me when I come home. I ain't got time to be, like, cheating on you. What do you think? And it's funny. It makes me I pop for it. But
Let's go
before
back.
we get too far, we have to go back to our guy, Xavier Omar. He has dropped a Pink Lightning EP
Like, I actually feel
project.
really bad that we didn't mention that in, like, the very beginning or anything. Because this is definitely...
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be going back to this multiple times.
We'll make it right. Use this as one of the thumbnails.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So we got to make it right. He's R&B. We talk about him all the time. Running Around is the lead single. There's only 5 songs. A couple of them are like remixes with other people. But I really like the title. The title is one of my favorite songs on here. I like Stuck too because it reminds me of Earth, Wind, and Fire. What are your songs?
Definitely, I would say the title was really good. Wild Remix is no joke either, though.
It's a problem.
So Running Around was, I mean, it's 5 songs. He's going on tour. He really wanted to put out something to perform a couple new tracks for everybody going out on tour. Pink Lightning, love, actually, like, album cover wise, it's one of the best album covers in my opinion.
Yeah.
So I love it a lot, actually. It's amazing.
I'm a big fan of that.
There's no bad songs. 5
bad
songs.
songs.
Very, very tight selection. I think that was for a reason.
I agree. I like it. I like where he's going. I like his whole vibe. Let's get into some Dappy Qs, though.
Let's do it.
We had questions from the Dappy universe, and they are as follows. Our boy, let him know, Big Sean Tran. He wanted a review of Jaden Smith's album. Guess what?
Like we weren't going to do that, Big Sean.
Sean, we gave it to you. Go get it, sire. I almost said in stores now, but I don't even know if there's physicals because I don't know who does in stores. But
on your phone now.
Online now. Make sure you do that. Also, Trey Graham.
Mr. Trey Graham with Miss Grace Graham.
He had a question. He said, do you think Despacito kicked off a rise of pop stars embracing a Latino influence or getting featured on Hispanic artists' songs? Example, Demi Lovato and Camilo Cabello. Well,
that's a good question.
It's a good question. I think it's always been there. Like, Camila is Spanish and Demi's Spanish too, so they're dropping singles. I think songs like that make them realize that they need to embrace their culture more because they win. If you look at Mark Anthony, he dropped songs when I was growing up like I Need to Know, and they were American, and they were like hits, but that's it. Bro, right now, in Mexico and Puerto Rico, Mark Anthony is a star. I watch MTV Trace, hours of it, all the time. I have no idea what they're talking about, but I like to keep a beat on like what's popping in Spanish music. And I'm telling you right now, Mark Anthony he's lit over there. And
So
here we
are
just
people-
remember him from
Are
being
people-
married to J-Lo.
Yeah, are people upset then he and J-Lo are no more?
What's weird is they have like they're one of those that they're friends because they have kids. They're really good friends. Like A-Rod, J-Lo, and Mark Anthony like hang out. It's one of those situations. And so I think people don't see them as being like super apart. But yeah, Mark Anthony's a star over there. Same thing with Enrique Iglesias. You know, over here, Hero and other stuff and like a couple other songs, that one dancey song he had are American hits. But over there, he's still one of the top selling stars. So I think Daddy Yankee, Daddy Yankee had a huge run with Gasolina when we were young. And over there, he's still big, but we forgot about him.
And that shows you, though, the Gasolina song blew up. I think it's always been there where American culture seems to gravitate towards one song where lyric-wise they have no clue. I mean, look at the Korea buzz that America had for a little while. Selena was still actually really popular in America. So I think it's been around, but I think now too, with social media being able to connect the world even more now, I think that's why we're seeing more of a presence of it.
I agree.
And people like you who have no idea what they're saying, but you just love the flow.
But I love Hispanic music and Latino music because of the instruments being used, and so much as live instruments with their music, you know what they're talking about because of it feels. Like they'll be like, dun, dun, and I'm like, oh snap. Like I'm driving and going, this is something crazy just happened. And it's like, ding, 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 ding. It's like he's telling her he's in love with her. I'm guessing. But like, you can feel the emotion through the instrumentation. I know Para Mi and C and Amor and all of that. So as long as I hear Amor, I'm like, this is my vibe right here.
Oh, how did that one song go? Amor by Frankie J.
Oh, Amor, this dun, dun, dun. Is this an illusion? That song was hard. That song was hard. Shout out to Frankie J and Baby Bash.
Baby Bash. Trey, great question though. Hopefully that was a wonderful answer from us. But we're into it. We're here for it. But it is wild how big Despacito actually is.
Despacito is...
It blew up. Despacito.
Crazy. With the remaining 15 minutes or so, we can talk about the J League. Justice League came out this past weekend. There was so much going on with Justice League because Warner Brothers had a legal embargo over Rotten Tomatoes because they have a stake in Rotten Tomatoes, and they were able to do this legally where they didn't want the reviews to come out until Thursday because there were reviews that were put out before the deadline on some of their earlier movies, and they felt like that influenced the crowd. So therefore...
My God.
There is a bug. There is a bug. There's a bug on the table. Yeah, I'm out here to play with bugs. So, where'd this come from?
It crawled up the wire.
What? Oh.
Did you hear that?
Really hard somewhere. I don't know where it went.
I always flick bugs. All right, whatever.
There's a bug on the
table.
That was wild. That was so weird. When you looked and were like, oh, I was like, what? All right, so there's a bug on the table. Back to our regularly scheduled programming.
Pretty big beetle.
Yeah, Justice League came out, and there were so many reviews out. Ended up getting a Rotten Tomatoes score of like around 40. It kept going up and down like 1 or 2. One time it was like 37, then it went to 40, then it went to 35, then it went back to 40. So I'm just gonna say average like around 40. I don't think it's at all as bad as some people think.
Right off the bat, I would say it's like 70s.
I think so too. I give it a B- grade if I were grading.
I would say, B- C+.
I can see anywhere from the B to C range, but for the people who say that it's like a F movie, it's definitely not. I was really excited to see these characters just because, like, as someone who grew up reading comic books, the physical ones, and someone who grew up watching the Justice League cartoon, Batman animated series, all of these things, DC characters have meant a lot to me because simply, if it was not for Marvel movies, Marvel cartoons aren't good. I'm sorry. Like the Marvel cartoon universe is pretty Trinidad, and you simply can't compare it to what they've done animated to DC. DC animated universe is amazing. So without the movies, you're talking to someone who didn't grow up with Marvel, grew up with DC, so the characters mean more to me. But I agree that Marvel is so much better at making a complete universe than DC is, just because they've had the time to think it out. They're partnered with Disney, Lucasfilms, Pixar. They have so many things to make their CGI, to make everything work more connectively. I don't know if that's actually
the studios that are doing a really good job, they're hired out by Marvel, continuously working on their things, so DC can't hire them.
Yeah. I think that Marvel has a monopoly right now, and it's hard to truly compete. But I think that this is the best movie in the DCEU post Christopher Nolan age. I think
Wonder Woman.
I do. I was thinking about it last night, and I thought Wonder Woman slightly edged it out. But as I was thinking about it last night, I thought, you know what, though? This had enough for me to be like, all right, this is better than Wonder Woman. So, yeah, for me right now, it goes Wonder Woman, then it goes Justice League, Wonder Woman, and then it goes
Batman,
BVS,
Superman,
Suicide Squad, Man of Steel. And that's everything that's been put out in this.
Oh, I would say Man of Steel
universe.
above
BVS or Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
I didn't mind Suicide Squad as much as people.
I mean, but if we're comparing.
This is non-spoiler, this is a non-spoiler version, so can't get into it really. But I will just say, for all of the holes that were in the film, there were enough things for me to nerd out about. You know what I mean? Like, there were times where the Justice League is assembled together, standing there.
That was sweet.
And you're just thinking about the cartoon coming on. I was, at least, and like it gives you like those nerd moments where you're just like, whoa. Themes, music
score wise, they nailed it.
The beginning, there's nostalgia there.
I will say this: I was so hyped when the beginning song came on. I was like, whoever chose this song.
Yeah.
With these like scenes introducing the title screen and stuff in the beginning, genius. They should have just started immediately with that and not that silly beginning clip that they chose. As somebody who's edited before, it was a nightmare, but from what I heard, after I heard that the editor had to already trim out like 2.5 hours, there's only so much you could do, but I feel like I could have done a little more.
Yeah. I think that the deluxe version that's put out on DVD or online for special purchase or whatever, or the Blu-ray, whatever, is going to have really cool deleted scenes. I think that is one of those things where, for this movie, I'm looking forward to the DVD of it.
Oh,
actually. I think it'd be good. I haven't bought a DVD in years, but I'm looking forward to it for this. Let's see, what else can we say about the movie?
I was a fan of Aquaman. Honestly, Cyborg was the weakest in my opinion. I think he needs a movie, and I think it will be fine. But I think his actor, because of CGI, and who his character is, he's supposed to be like an alien. So during this time, he just became it. Not an alien, a cyborg. So he just became it. So it's kind of like, oh, I'm an emotionless character. I don't really have anything to bring to the table acting wise, you know? So it felt very dry on his part. But I think an Aquaman movie is going to be amazing. I don't care what.
Yeah, we got to see our girl Baha from Never Back Down. She's back again. She's playing Mira.
Yes.
Amber Heard's playing, she's not.
Isn't that weird how we both view? Because I was like,
that's Baha.
I know her as Never Back Down.
She is Amber Heard will forever be Baha to me, like until I die and she dies. It's gonna be Baha.
Yeah,
she's always gonna be Baha. But I think that I kind of look at Aquaman as DCEU's Thor, where you have this universe that's pretty untouchable, as far as like Asgard is an untouchable. Like, we can't visualize it really. But if they are able to make an underwater universe that is that encompassing,
well, I was thinking,
then I think it makes sense.
How it's gonna be is it's like in an anime I watched, the underwater place, the living spaces were just huge air bubbles. So that's how they can do it. Yeah. Like they did that weird that was actually kind of cool. The air bubble to talk between each other, not some like telepathic bullcrap. I don't care what anybody says about him. Like, he's a good pick for Aquaman. I think the Aquaman movie is gonna go great.
Yeah.
So don't talk to me about that. The Flash, I think, is gonna be fine. I think everybody's gonna be fine. I think the thing that shocks people is it's just the opposite of Marvel. They just didn't, they're not doing the solo movies until it gets. What are you doing?
I don't know. Ever since we found the bug, I'm very leery.
Because they didn't do solo movies before the team action. I think that's why it's got a lot of people tripping. Because no one had issues about Wonder Woman after the Wonder Woman movie.
Yeah, that's very true. I feel like they gave just enough. Make sure you're listening because there's nostalgia music in there that will really lighten your heart a lot and bring in the kid in you. There's little hints of other heroes too in the movie, so make sure you're watching to see those little nerd moments again. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of CGI villains, and that's not a spoiler because from the trailer you've seen the CGI villain. And I'm not a big fan of CGI villains. I think that and I was telling this to Brandon last night, again, with having Pixar and Lucasfilms and everything that Disney has to offer with their CGI, they have an advantage because there were times that I saw the CGI in this and it looked like a video game. Like it was just like, it wasn't tangible. But for those who saw Thor, in the very beginning, the monster is all CGI and like, you don't really blink at it. It's just like, oh, there's a monster. You know, you don't think about it. I just think they do CGI better. And I think after having the main villain in Thor be a human, you know, like with CGI things that happened around her, but be a tangible human.
It's all in the face, man. That's the hard part.
Yeah,
I think CGI faces are so hard.
I think that's what I love about Marvel is that they can humanize their CGI, and it's hard for DC to do that. But other than that, man, there's so many plot holes and things that were a problem, but there was enough nerd moments to get me through it. There were enough moments where I thought the humor there. If you guys wanted a lighter tone DC movie, this is finally it. I mean, this had more laughs in it than every other DC movie combined. Yeah, for sure. There were times where I felt like the laugh or the joke was forced, but the actors did a good job of executing. So I'm not mad at this. Wonder Woman, you are.
I would say there's probably
so gorgeous.
3 really, really good scenes.
Just overall,
in
the movie.
Like 3 scenes that stood out to me for sure.
Yeah. I haven't broken it down, but there's a few that are like really, really memorable for sure. So overall, like I said, I give it a B-.
B-.
I think it's decent. I wasn't angry leaving. I wasn't like throwing stuff and being like, man, this sucks. They did a huge injustice to this whole movie. I thought they did it justice and it wasn't bad at all. So with that being said, y'all, we are going to move on to our 101 conversation starters for couples. Also, guys, make sure when you go onto Twitter or you comment underneath an Instagram photo that you find at Daps_pounds, leave us suggestions for top 5 ideas. We'd love to know what you'd like to hear our top 5 favorite of. Once again, that's just how you get to know what we think. So let us know. Dobie, it is time for 101 conversation starters for couples.
Question 46.
Question?
This is about to be a little bit of a faith question. Here we go.
Faith question.
In Matthew 6:34, Jesus encourages us to live with faith in the present. Which is the greater obstacle for you? Dwelling in the past, worrying about the future. Worrying about the future, 100%.
Yeah.
The past is past. Yeah. Like it is what it is for me. Thankfully, I mean, we all have a point where it's like you have your time to grieve, stuff like that, but future, 100%.
Yeah, I'm really good at moving on. Like I'm really good at like, oh, that's done. And like it's just how I'm just not, I don't know. My emotions might be off. But I can keep going through stuff. But the future and worrying about what's going to happen for sure. That's a much bigger worry.
Which we don't need to, but we do.
Yeah.
That's how life goes.
True that, guys.
Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, we will not be with you next week, but the week after that, we will be back.
Yeah, we're taking holiday. We're taking holiday, so make sure that all next weekend you spend it with your family, you spend it with your loved ones. We will say that Thanksgiving is an amazing time to gather with people, whether you're having Thanksgiving for the first time with a new family, or if it's your family that you've grown up with, or it's Friendsgiving with your friends. Yeah, we pray for you. And we hope that it's amazing from the Daps and Pounds show. So,
yes, sir.
That being said, we'll see you in a couple weeks. We will be back with episode 42. My name is Malky. To my left, we have
Dobby.
We represent 2 mics,
2 friends,
and 1 show. The Daps and Pounds show. Shouts to the shout out.
Gang, gang, gang. Happy Thanksgiving.